10-minute exercise to restore balance and stability. Hi, my name is Doug. I've been a physical therapist for 30 years and I specialize in helping people with balance problems learn to walk again. In this video, I'm going to show you a 10-minute daily exercise program that can improve your balance and your stability. Okay, so now we're going to do tandem standing or heel-to-toe standing. What you're going to do is put one foot in front of the other and then simply let go of the chair. Now for a lot of people, this is difficult. In fact, you might be losing your balance right now. Grab onto the chair. The goal for any of us is to be able to do this for 20 seconds with each leg forward, with 20 seconds with the left leg forward, 20 seconds with the right leg forward. It's not as easy as it looks. And if you're really struggling, there's a number of things you can do to make this easier. And you want to make it easy enough that you can actually do the exercise. You don't want to make this impossible. If you have to grab the whole time, I suggest you spread your feet apart just a little bit. Having a couple inches between your feet really makes it easier. So if doing that, you're still wiggling around, but you're able to do it, then do it this way. But if you're not struggling, definitely go heel to toe and then just try to go for time, for 20 seconds. I know I'm not doing it for 20 seconds right now, but you at home, you can use the clock that you're seeing on the screen and then try to do this for 20 seconds on each leg. That's your goal. But I don't expect most people to be able to do that right off the bat. This is one of the best lower level balance challenge activities. I usually say standing on one leg is the best exercise, but for a lot of people that are struggling, this is the best exercise. Now, if you're really having a problem right now, you can spread your feet apart. You can also put one finger on here just to give you a little confidence. You can also put two fingers or your whole hand. But I want you to try to let go more and more. Even if you just do this, that's fine. That's an improvement. The longer you do that, the better you're going to be. The longer you can let go and not hold on, the better. The closer your feet are, the better. Okay, and keep shifting back and forth. I think we're all done with this exercise and we're ready to move on to the next exercise. So our next exercise is called pillow squats. So we're going to use our pillow in our chair and we're just going to sit down and basically just stand up and sit down. Now, you can put your hands on your knees if you're struggling a little bit. You can also push off of the chair. You can use the chair to push yourself up and then sit down. You can use the chair in front of you. And if you're one of those people that's really strong and not as challenged by this, then just cross your hands in front and stand up and sit down. This exercise works your quads, your hamstrings, and your buttocks muscles. So all the big muscles in your legs. It doesn't really work your calves too much, but it works all the other muscles. Now there's a couple of things that you should think about when you're doing the exercise. One is whenever you stand up, you should bring your head forward till you see your feet and then stand up. So you want to bring your whole body over your knees almost to make it easier to stand up. And actually that's considered normal and like a good posture is to bring your body forward when you stand up. A lot of people that struggle with standing up, they try to stand up leaning back and they don't want to lean forward. And actually that makes it a lot harder on your muscles. You have to work a lot harder to get your body mass up if you don't lean forward. If you lean forward, it actually gives you a lot of mechanical advantage and it makes it a lot easier to pop up. Now, if you're struggling with this, you can always put another cushion or two behind you. Even 3 pillows is fine if you're struggling, because the reason you want to use the pillows is to let yourself do more repetitions. If you can only do 1 or 2 without the cushions, but you can do 10 or 20 with 3 pillows, I would say your muscles are better off and you're going to get more effect from it doing it 20 or 30 times with lots of pillows than doing it without anything. So don't feel bad about using some pillows. Okay, we just have a couple more to do and then we're going to move on to our next exercise. Okay, our next exercise is backward stepping over an obstacle, and I'm going to use my towel rolled up, putting it on the ground. I'm facing away and I'm lifting one leg, bringing it far enough behind me to clear my obstacle and bringing the other leg across. You can grab the chair the first couple times you do it. You can grab the chair the whole time you're doing it, whatever you feel is comfortable for you. But as you get better, try to let go a little bit more. Even just putting a finger on it is more of a challenge than holding it with your hand. This is such a good exercise in improving your balance, but bigger effect is improving your confidence. A lot of people lack confidence in their balance. And what happens is, studies have shown that if you are afraid of falling, you actually fall more. And that almost seems funny to say, but there's a reason for it. What they find is that people that are afraid of falling, when they walk and when they move around, they're stiffer. And being stiffer actually leads to falls. So someone that's afraid, even if they're not falling, but they're afraid they are going to fall, they tend to not walk correctly. They tend to be very stiff in their movements, and that leads to more falls. So doing something like this can actually not only improve your confidence, but reduce your fear. And I'm telling you, one of the things that people never talk about when it comes to fall prevention, or why people are having trouble with their walking, is fear. Fear is a major component of our sense of whether we're balanced or not. If we're afraid, we don't feel as balanced. Even if we are, even if we're fine, we don't feel that we're fine. And that actually leads to falling. So I'm keeping going, but you can rest whenever you want. But actually, we're just about done with this exercise and we're ready to move on to the next exercise. Single leg stands. So we're going to grab onto the chair. We're going to lift one leg up and shift all our weight over onto the other leg, and then try and let go of the chair. The goal of doing this exercise is to do it on each leg for 20 seconds. But most people that are doing this program, that's a big struggle. In fact, most people, they're going to find that they try to lift one leg and their leg comes right down again. If that's describing you, you're not alone. Almost all the people that I've seen as clients, that's exactly how they go. I can tell you what you're doing wrong right off the bat is you're not shifting your weight enough. The reason that your other leg is coming down, if you shift your weight over, grab the chair, and then you let go, and right away your foot comes down, it's because you're not shifting your weight enough. If you watch me, when I stand on one leg, I'm really shifting my body weight over this leg. In fact, my hips are now centered over this hip. And when I go to the other side, the same thing. Look how much I sway from side to side. Most people that are afraid of falling and have bad balance, they're not willing to shift their weight. The problem is when you walk, if you don't shift your weight, if instead you shuffle, you're actually not getting the most balance you can. We're more balanced when we shift our weight over the leg we stand on. So someone that's very athletic and someone that's a trained, athlete, they're going to shift their weight fully with every step because actually that makes them more stable. So practicing this exercise like this with a chair in front of you just in case is a great way to start to remember how to balance correctly. All right, one or two more here, and I think we're done. Okay, our next exercise is sidestepping. You're going to grab the chair in front of you, and all you're going to do is take one big step to the side, bring your other leg over, and then step back the other direction. A lot of people, when they're having trouble with their walking, and I test them in the office, and I say, hey, let's see how you do sidestepping, they lose their balance when they step to the side. And when I ask them why, they go, I never step sideways. But a lot of people that are afraid of falling, they try not to sidestep. They actually avoid it. And sometimes they'll even turn and face in the direction so they don't have to take a sidestep because they know that they feel unsteady when they do that. When you sidestep, you're bringing one leg out, which is kind of throws you off balance, and then you're shifting all your weight from one leg all the way onto the other leg so that you can lift the following leg up and bring it over. It is hard to do. And that's why you want to practice. That's why I practice it with people in my office. I have them grab onto something just like this and lift their foot up, step over. It's almost like you're stepping over something. so that each foot lifts up as you do it, and repeatedly doing it. And then as they get better, I'll say, okay, now just put one finger on there, or put two fingers on there. And then as they get better, I might even say, let go. So if you're at home and this is easy, you can let go. But if you're struggling with it, putting some fingers there is fine. Now, even though I'm doing it for the full 2 minutes, at any point, take a break. At any point, just stop and sit down or stand and take a rest. On all of these exercises, I keep saying this, it's fine to take a break. The reason I gave 2 minutes was on purpose so that most people could take a 30 or 40-second rest while they're doing the exercise. I don't expect most people that are watching this to do this for the full 2 minutes. At any point, they should just be stopping and catching their breath. If you're feeling your muscles are getting tired, stop. But just doing it, 5 or 10 times is really going to benefit you. Okay, we're going to do it 1 or 2 more times, and then we're going to move on to our next exercise. And okay, I think we're ready for the next exercise. I hope you found this video helpful. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Here's a new course that can help anyone regain their balance. This program includes 30 different workouts, 1 a day for 30 days, that will help anyone who has problems with their walking, their balance, and their stability, not only improve their balance and their strength, but improve their walking.